Hi everyone, it's Carla. I am here again in my kitchen for an episode of That Sounds So Good. Today I am making extremely green grain salad. This salad has a secret. This salad has solutions. This salad is a little bit of everything, and this salad may offend some. I will tell you right from the beginning, there are secret raisins in the salad. I know that this is gonna upset many people, and you think maybe you just don't like raisins. I'm gonna challenge you. This is a controversial topic, but I think our whole thing with dried fruit and our aversion to it has more to do with ageism than you think. So we're going to Grain Salad Town, and it's gonna be a great ride. This recipe is in the Day Drinking and Lazy Lunches chapter of That Sounds So Good. And one of the reasons why this grain salad is extremely green is because some of the green things get cooked, and cooking them preserves their greenness, makes them even more vibrant, and keeps the dressing, once it's blended, from oxidizing and going brown. Cutting the scallions into smaller pieces so that they will cook and blend up a little more evenly. And I'm just gonna get those going. Just takes a couple of minutes. I just want them softened up, tender, and bright green. I really love making grain salads and bringing them all kinds of places. I bring them to picnics, I bring them to the beach, and one of my happiest all-time beach memories was making a grain salad to bring to the beach, meeting up with like 10 friends, and we had a giant Tupperware filled with grain salad and like 1 or 2 plastic spoons, and just pass the tub of grain salad around, because you don't bring like individual plates to the beach, you just bring a tub of grain salad. And people still talk about that day of sharing the grain salad with the communal spoon. It was a very special moment. So very floppy greens. Just gonna take these guys out, get them onto a plate. And then the herbs go straight into the same water. I'm using parsley and basil. Again, if you have spent any time with me, you will know that you can change this to other herbs. So just think about fluffy, bright flavored herbs. So I feel like chives and cilantro would be really fantastic. Dill and mint would be really fantastic. You could use a single herb and that would be great. You could combine 3 or 4 and that would also be great. My herbs are done. I'm gonna get them out of here. Again, just a little pressy press, and I'll drain and press some more before these get blended. You've heard the expression spring chicken, right? So these sprightly and perky and bright and, you know, fresh and whimsical and kind of flaky, honestly. It's very youthful, their whole thing. And so the green and the young and the spring and the freshness also comes with a like flimsiness. So there's no gravitas here. It's fresh, like my brain used to be. Let's get green, shall we? I've got my broccoli, which is not only just signaling health and vibrancy and cruciferousness and vitamin C and folate, but this is really where things get crunchy. And you need crunch because you don't want to be flimsy and whimsy all the time. And you don't want to just like be soft and mushy, either as a salad ingredient or as a person. You need to have some backbone and some firmness. You need to stand for something. And my broccoli stands for crunch. My goal here is to have pieces of broccoli that are just a bit bigger than the grains are, so that you know when you're biting into the broccoli and you're getting that crunch, because that's why this ingredient is here. Whoa. If you didn't have broccoli, you could definitely use another green and crunchy thing with, you know, a sturdiness to it. Asparagus, sugar snap peas, any kind of snap bean, fennel, cauliflower, any color of cauliflower, cabbage. My broccoli is fluffy, it's crunchy, it is not uniform. It's gonna add a lot of textural contrast, and it's also going to add a lot of delicious, deep, green and grassy flavor. If my grain salad is a metaphor for life and contains multitudes, then for a sweet and successful life, you need to bring the heat. You need to have a little spice. And that is what the ginger is bringing to the party. So I have a pretty biggish piece of ginger, and I'm not looking to get these pieces, but I want to use the life force, the juice of the ginger. So as I go, I'm just gonna set the fresh grated ginger aside. And if you didn't have ginger, you don't like ginger, you don't want ginger, you wanna mix it up, put half of a spicy pepper, like a serrano or a Fresno, just something with some heat to warm everybody up. Yeah, you need something a little caliente, you know what I mean? You gotta spice it up sometimes. So the juicier the ginger, the more juice you're gonna get. I need about a tablespoon. And now that that is ready, set aside, I'm going to get my cashews going. This is half of the amount. So half of the amount of cashews is going to become the fat and the creaminess and the emulsifying for the dressing. We love fat in this house, so you have to bring the fat. And if I was inviting people over, I would also want to bring a nut. You gotta have a nut at the table. If you can't have a nut at the table, however, you can use sunflower seeds or pepitas. They will also blend up in a nice way. So to my very finely chopped cashews, I've got all of these cooked greens, and I don't want to water out the dressing, so I'm just gonna make sure to squeeze out any excess. You don't have to go crazy. I'm not gonna wrap it in a towel or anything, but you don't want all that water. And then just kind of fluff everything up as it goes back in so it doesn't ball up. Ready for my iron grip?
Yeah.
I am a one-woman juicer. So basically what I've done is combine the ingredients for a pesto. That's what's going on here. I've got herbs, scallions, nuts. I'm gonna make sure the greens get broken down, and then I'm streaming in olive oil. I like to do this while the motor is running. It'll help it emulsify. It smells really good. Add a little. This dressing should be aggressively seasoned since it has to coat a whole bunch of grains and a whole bunch of raw brock. Oh, that is looking luscious and gorgeous. Okay, I haven't even added the ginger juice, which is going in now. So if ginger represents my heat and my spice for life, my lime is really representing some zip and some zazz, some pizzazz and some flair. You can smell the ginger, like even 1 tablespoon. Snazzy, sassy. Ooh, it's good. I also want you to know that the reason why everyone in every cooking video looks awkward when they're putting something into a bowl, it's because we want to show it to you. Like obviously normally you would do this, but then that sees the bottom. That's no good. So you gotta go like this. We're doing it for you. Oh yeah, I think it's almost time to assemble it now. One last element, so important. Couldn't make the salad without it. It is the secret and it unlocks the key. As a reminder, the grain salad is a formula. It's a combination. It is not one thing. It is many things. And it is what happens when the many things come together that makes it so special. So, the cooked grains. This is the crux of the matter. This is the bread basket, the earthiness, the foundation, but also just from a culinary point of view, the chew. You gotta have some chew and some heft. We also have the brock, the green, the crunch, the health halo, the healthiness, the vitamin C, the folate, the fiber. You need all of these things. And the sturdiness, frankly. Next, the brightness, the youth, the springiness, the flittiness. So our dressing is green, it's herbaceous, it's bodacious, and it's luscious. It's in combination. It's in harmony. Chewy, sassy, saucy, salty, peppery, delicious. I held back some of the cashews from the dressing to advertise that we came to crunch, we came to be a nut, we came to be toasty and roasty. And as great as this salad is, exactly the way it is right now, it is missing one thing. And that one thing is the secret you've all been waiting for. Raisins. Raisins are controversial. A lot of people have very big problems with raisins, especially secret raisins, which are raisins that are in places you didn't expect them to be, you weren't looking for, and frankly, you don't want. So a rogue raisin that shows up in a meatball or somebody's empanada can be very upsetting to a lot of people. And a raisin that shows up in the grain salad may be upsetting to some people. I think your problem with this raisin might come down to America's obsession with youth. What is a raisin? It is a piece of fruit that got dried up. What is a woman? A piece of fruit that got really smart as she grew older. So think about it for a second. A plump and juicy turns into a concentrated, rich, chewy, textured, and beautiful, right? Think about it that way, you're not gonna have such a big problem with raisins anymore. A raisin has the concentration of an entire life lived, a beautiful, full life, a life in the sun, a life absorbing its own energy and concentrating that down to the finest, purest essence. It has shed away the dilution of just the plain old liquid, right? We don't need it anymore, we got rid of it. So I don't see wrinkles, I don't see dryness. I see that missing bit of sweetness that will bring all of these elements together and truly give them a home. Embrace the raisin. Challenge yourself. Let your hindrances go. Let your biases go. This is what the raisin brings. It brings it to my extremely green grain salad, which is a microcosm for our entire community, our universe, our world, our evolution. We contain multitudes in the bowl. I love this salad and I cannot wait to taste it again. I love its youthfulness. I love its warmth. I love its spice. I love its crunch. I love its wrinkles. I love everything about it, frankly. It's fantastic. You know, life isn't one thing or another. It's all of the things all together. Make this grain salad, change people's minds, make sure that you're the MVP at every summer gathering. You will be invited back to all of the beach houses. You will be invited to all of the picnics. And more than that, you will become the teacher. Open their eyes through the grain salad. Do you identify with some of the features of the raisin? Maybe a few wrinkles, maybe a more concentration, maybe a tiny bit of dryness. If you do, I invite you to try out my new app called Maybe Never. It's for raisins of a certain age that don't know when and where their cycle may have cycled to. If that describes you and your cycle is now as erratic as a leaf blowing down the street, then please check out my new app. It's called Maybe Never, Maybe Tomorrow.